Hello there. Welcome on my YouTube channel, Lumina Vita, what means in Latin light of life. In this video, I'm going to tell about what is projection. And I am K.Y.A.K, and in my life I have dealt with projection very often, especially in my younger years. I wanted to connect with people from heart to heart, in love, instead of developing a pleasant conversation. The figurative door was immediately slammed shut, and I received strange, defensive reactions. People, even adults, also thought all sorts of terrible things about me in advance without taking the responsibility to actually get to know me. That is why I am talking about what projection entails. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism in which someone often unconsciously projects their own inner feelings, threats, thoughts, beliefs, or desires onto another person, a situation, or the world around them. It is a way of avoiding having to feel uncomfortable or threatening emotions within yourself by moving them outward. Projection often arises because something is painful or uncomfortable to face. You have learned to suppress certain threats, or you do not yet fully know yourself. The person who projects is usually unaware that the image they portray represents unprocessed parts of themselves, and that they are placing this outside of them. Instead of recognizing something within yourself, you see it in the other. Projection is a kind of mirror mechanism. The outside world reflects your inner world. When you are aware of this, there is an opportunity for self insight and growth, an indication of unconscious patterns or emotions that may be made conscious and discovered. The idea is what touches you and the other says something about you. To clarify, use an example. Two people are having a conversation, and conversation partner 1 sees something pure in conversation partner 2. However, because conversation partner 1 also sees a shadow side of themselves in the purity of conversation partner 2. Conversation partner 1 starts to project on conversation partner 2. Conversation partner 1 says in advance, out of the blue, no one is better than another person. And conversation partner 2 thinks, oh, how strange, where does this come from? And this doesn't feel right. Some spiritual people who derive knowledge from books twist things around. This is an important note. They think that if something touches you, it only says something about you, and that the fault lies with you. Nothing could be further from the truth. When people project onto you, it also feels very unpleasant. In this example regarding the conversation, partner 1, what it says about partner 1 is that this person does not see people as equals. And a second thing is that she or he doesn't like what they are doing. That's why they are mirroring and push it outward of themselves on conversation partner 2. Regarding conversation partner 2, what it says about conversation partner 2 is that this person possesses a certain purity in the sense of viewing people as equals. Often the emotions that arise when projecting, these emotions are from the shadow side that you do not want to have, do not want to acknowledge in yourself. Emotions such as jealousy, anger, or a need for certainty. But when these emotions surface, remember that ultimately we all have to deal with them and are in a sense equal in this. We draw upon the power of our will and the ability to learn and grow when we connect with the place of the heart and with the source where everything is one and where true connection arises. Flaws soften and self-criticism falls silent. We then find the lines of connection for ourselves at the rhythm of life and the connection with the human journey. Difference from self-reflection. This is also very important because with self-reflection you look at your own role, whereas with projection you project your own unresolved issues onto the other person. Examples of projection. Example of projection onto a person. You are annoyed by arrogance. The possibility is that you have a suppressed part of yourself that wants to be seen, or you admire someone. That can mean that those qualities are potentially also within you. Or in example 3, feeling hurt easily. This can mean a neutral remark affects you, or because a neutral remark affects you, it can mean an inner insecurity, and then thoughts can arise, like I am not good enough. That thought can be activated. Example of projection in the workplace. A manager who is insecure about their own performance projects this by judging employees in an overly critical manner. Example of projection in a situation. Someone who feels unsafe describes a neutral situation as hostile or threatening. An example of narcissistic projection. Here, one's own negative behavior is consciously or unconsciously shifted onto another person to avoid responsibility. Sign that this is projection. It's very important that you can recognize this to help yourself and to help others. 1. Irrational accusations. You have received approaches that do not align at all with your behavior. 2. It feels wrong, the conversation feels illogical, and you simultaneously feel responsible for something that is not yours. 3. Exaggerated emotion. The other person reacts disproportionately, strongly to a minor event. For mirror image, the criticism the other person has of you is actually a reflection of their own behavior. How do you deal with this projection? Because then it is important, after you have recognized it, to know how to deal with this. In spiritual growth, working with projection means asking yourself, what does this say about me? Examining emotions without judgment. Be kind to yourself. And taking responsibility for your inner world. Recognize it. Realize that the other person's emotions are theirs, not yours. Distance yourself, do not caught up in the other person's burden. Do not get caught up in the emotions of the discussion and remain, when a discussion takes place, do not caught up in it. And remain in your own power. Investigate. Ask yourself, why does this affect me and whose is this? Set boundaries. Clearly indicate what behavior you do not accept. Protect your own boundaries, do not take it personally. See it as an expression of the other person's inner struggle. Look inward, what does this situation say about you? Challenge your own patterns. Examine the stories that you have told yourself. Speak about them if necessary and test them. Talk about everything consciously and with full intention. Let go of the idea that there is one way you must be. Take responsibility, make conscious choices, ask questions instead of making assumptions about yourself and about others. Love is a key to curiosity. Examine the beliefs, agreements, and contracts in your life. Do not let society or your environment define who you are. Let yourself drink in love and let love carry you. When you recognize projection, it can be an invitation to become more conscious and to come closer to your true self. I hope you find this information useful and that this knowledge will make your life richer, easier, and happier. I also have a reflective question, of course. Where do you recognize projection in your life? Where do you do it yourself? And where has someone else done it to you? Okay, thank you for watching. I see you next video.